All right, we'll call to order the Monday, December 19th, 2022 Finance and Purchasing Committee meeting. Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsom.
Present.
Alderman Mozio.
Here.
Alderman Hayes.
Present.
Alderman Florian.
Present.
Alderman Rivera.
Present.
All present.
Yes. Thank you, Chair Newsom. So tonight, Alderman Florian is going to be participating remotely via telephone pursuant to Section 2-41 of the City Code of Ordinances. This is a provision that is used by a lot of other communities. I know it hasn't been used that much by the city, but pursuant to the Open Meetings Act, members of the public body are allowed to participate in meetings telephonically pursuant to locally adopted rules. In 2020, the city adopted rules that allow for members to participate, and this comes straight from the statute, in 3 cases: personal illness, family emergency, business travel. And the public body member is required to notify the clerk in advance to make sure that we have the technology set up, that the member can be heard and can hear the proceedings, and that is what we have tonight. Assuming there is no objection to Alderman Florian participating, and it would require a 2/3 objection, you can proceed.
Okay, there's no objection?
No objection.
No objection.
I would advise that Alderman Florian can hear us, but she's also following the YouTube stream, which has a delay. So you might want to ask her, if she has comment on specific things.
Okay, all right. All right, item C, I'll take a motion to approve the minutes from November 21st, 2022, Finance and Purchasing Committee.
I'll motion. Seconded.
Motion by Alderman Rivera, second by Alderman Hayes. Are there any questions on the motion? Being none, any opposed? Motion carried. Item D, public comment. Is there anyone that wants to speak on anything on the agenda? State your name.
Yes. Hi, good evening. Ray Vukovic, 1703 Hyde Park, Waukegan. I just want to make an observation. I see you've got the your most important things that you're doing tonight on the agenda are the tax levy, and more important than that are the abatements. And I see that they're all being abated in full, which is a good thing for the taxpayers of Waukegan, because that means they're not going on the tax rolls. Assuming you all vote, or the majority of you vote yes. If you vote no, then that's really going to make a mess. That's something that's done every year, and it has to be on the agenda in order for it to happen. My concern isn't necessarily with this body, but at the Port District, I've been monitoring their things, and they've got a meeting coming up on Wednesday, and in past years, they've abated 2 bond issues, and it's usually done by this time of the year, and I noticed it hasn't been done, so that body may, for the first time, be putting something on the tax rolls. So just saying that you've got a windfall coming up here with the casino, that people from the city should be meeting with people from the Port District. That should be where some of that money goes for an investment. I don't think people in any of your wards are going to want to be paying taxes for the airport or the harbor. But, you might want to look at it a different way through revenue sharing from the casino. Just my thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vukovic. Is there anyone else? Being none, we'll move on to item A. Motion to adopt an ordinance levying and assessing taxes of the City of Waukegan, Lake County, Illinois, for the 2022 tax levy year. The proposed and estimated 2022 tax levy and property tax extension for debt service, obligations, bond principal, and interest, net of financial resources from alternative sources totaled $37,538,001 and signifies no change from the prior tax year. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Hayes. Second.
I'll second.
Second by Alderman Rivera.
It just says, point of information, we do this, not asking the taxpayers for any more money. Schultz, you can correct me if I'm wrong. We are shifting what we do with that money, where we're putting it. Vukovic just said, we're abating some bonds, money we borrowed. Okay, but that doesn't mean that we're asking for less money, because we're gonna take the money that we've abated the bonds with and put it into some other categories. Am I correct on that, Mr. Schultz? We're not asking the taxpayers for any more money, but we're putting a little bit more money here, a little bit more money there, because we have saved on the money that we have borrowed over the year. We do that almost every year. Thank you.
Any more questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Alderman Rivera,
Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Hayes,
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo, Aye. Alderman Newsom.
Aye, motion carried. Item B, motion to approve an ordinance abating in full the sum of $278,000 due in payments on principal and interest on the $7,005,000 general obligation bonds, Series 2015A of the City of Waukegan. Can I get a motion? Motion by Alderman Moiseo,
I'll second.
second by Alderman Rivera. Are there any questions to this motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Rivera,
Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Hayes,
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo, Alderman Newsom.
Aye, motion carried. Item C, motion to approve an ordinance abating in full the sum of $671,450 due in payment of principal and interest on the $6,850,000 general obligation bonds, Series 2016A of the City of Waukegan. Can I get a motion?
I'll motion.
Rivera, Alderman Rivera, second by Alderman Moiseo. Are there any questions to this motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsom,
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo. Aye. Alderman Hayes,
Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item D, motion to approve an ordinance abating in full the sum of $1,073,100 due in payment of principal and interest on the $14,860,000 general obligation bonds, Series 2018A of the City of Waukegan. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Hayes, second by Alderman Moiseo. Are there any questions to this motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsom,
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo. Aye. Alderman Hayes,
Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item E, motion to approve an ordinance abating in full the sum of $1,015,600 due in payment of principal and interest on the $12,815,000 taxable general obligation bonds, Series 2021A, McGaw Park TIF project. Are there any questions to this motion? Can I get a motion first?
I'll motion.
Motion by Alderman Rivera,
Seconded.
second by Alderman Hayes. Are there any questions to this motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsom,
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo. Aye. Alderman Hayes,
Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item F, motion to approve an ordinance abating in full the sum of $1,942,156 due in payment of principal and interest on the $31,180,000 taxable general obligation bonds, Series 2021B, McGaw Park TIF project. Can I get a motion?
I'll motion.
Motion by Alderman Rivera, second by Alderman Hayes. Are there any questions to this motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Moiseo.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item G, a resolution approving the acceptance of ComEd and the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus Powering the Holidays Grant. The City of Waukegan is dedicated to producing an annual holiday light celebration amid at providing residents with a greater sense of camaraderie and inclusion within the community through the festive lighting of downtown. The grant is for $2,500 and requires a match of at least 20%. Each year, the city contributes more than the $500 in cost for the holiday tree lighting, exceeding the required 20% match. Can I get a motion?
I'll motion.
Motion by Alderman Rivera,
Seconded.
second by Alderman Hayes. Are there any questions to this motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Motion carried. Reports and communications. You going to speak on, okay. Reports and communication, item A. I'll have Mr. Don Schultz. He's going to talk about our finance director, the casino financial projection study discussion. That's item A.
Thank you, Alderman. We have a casino developed as Full House Resorts, American Place Casino out at Palm Square. Back in 2019, they made a projection to the city of what gaming revenues, admissions taxes, food and beverage, hotel motel taxes, what it means to Waukegan. They made a number of projections based on the temporary facility and based on the second phase of the permanent facility with the permanent hotel. Their total projection to the year 2031 was $21 million. City, in performance its own due diligence, not that it doubted the numbers being projected by Full House, but wanted to have its own analysis performed by an independent firm. Contracted with Convergence Strategy Group to perform a similar analysis. Now, Convergence has some additional information available to them that Full House did not have in 2019. One, there was upgrades to a number of casinos here in Illinois that's going to impact projected revenues for Waukegan. One is that Aurora is going to have a land-based casino, so is Joliet, and the Rivers Casino in Des Plaines has been expanded. In addition to that, there's been conversations up north in Kenosha, between Kenosha and another casino developer. When Full House made its projections, it did not include a casino in Kenosha. Convergence did a projection based with and without a casino in Kenosha. We have to look at both those numbers. What you find, what Convergence came up with is that there's going to be, they have a more conservative estimate on admissions, how many people will actually be joining the Waukegan Casino on a daily basis, an annual basis. And their projections are slightly lower than that provided by Full House. During the temporary phase, and we're talking 2023, 2024, 2025, their estimate is be approximately about 10% less in the early stages. The amount of variance will grow rather dramatically as they get further along in phase 2 and completion of the phase 2 permanent casino and the hotel. When you consider if there's going to be a Kenosha casino, Convergence feels that we will lose approximately $1.3 to $1.7 million in gaming and admissions taxes, and another $1 million in the ground lease. That'll go up north. The projections, when you compare convergence to full house is less than 10% in a temporary facility. In phase 1, it's about 34.5%. In phase 2, with the permanent facility and the new hotel, they have a 35% variance compared to full house. Without a Kenosha casino, when you're comparing what full house projects and what convergence projects, the variance is 22% rather than the 35% on both the on the gaming and the admissions taxes. When you add in the ground lease, there's the agreement with Full House is that they will pay 2.5% of gaming revenues for the ground lease with a minimum of $3 million a year. But they also have the option to buy out of that land lease and purchase the property for $30 million. So you have to consider the ground lease income if they don't exercise the option, and what the ground lease will be if they do exercise the option. And so the numbers are again projected in both ways by convergence. With the Kenosha Casino, with gaming and admissions taxes and a ground lease, by the year 2031, convergence estimates $13.9 million to Waukegan on an annual basis. Full House is $21 million. That's the 35% difference. If Kenosha does not move forward with the casino, the convergence projection is $16.6 million compared to the $21 million Full House projects, for a variance of $22 million. So it's a difference of whether Kenosha comes forward with the casino or they don't. But the difference is going to be either a 22% variance or a 35% variance. In addition to the gaming taxes, the admissions taxes, and the ground lease, Waukegan gets 1% of the municipal sales tax. We have a 1% food and beverage tax, and we have a hotel motel tax. Convergence also made projections on what food and beverage will bring into the city, and what hotel occupancy will bring into the city in hotel taxes. Food and beverage taxes are projected to total approximately $54,000 during the temporary phase. There's going to be restaurants in the temporary phase. Approximately when phase 1 is up and running, $165,000 to $190,000 a year in food and beverage taxes, and up to $222,000 when phase 2, the permanent facility, is up and running. Lodging taxes attributable to the casino, it's estimated that it will bring in $45,000 during the temporary facility operation. If people come to Waukegan and try their luck in a temporary facility, there will be some still over to our local hotels that are existing there now. And they project $45,000 in lodging taxes. It'll increase to $380,000 to $430,000 during phase 1, and all the way to $790,000 when phase 2 is up and running, when they have their permanent hotel of it's a 150-room hotel in phase 2. When that's up and running, they project almost $800,000 in lodging taxes. So you have the gaming taxes, the admissions taxes, the food and beverage, hotel taxes, and sales taxes. Both convergence and Full House project on an annual basis that we can expect 2.5% growth a year once the permanent facility is in operation. Any questions from anyone on the committee?
Okay, being no questions, we will move on. Reports and communications, we have been given report highlights, which summarizes all the water reports and other reports that we have in our packets, which we will review at our own leisure, is the consensus of the council. So if there is nothing else, we'll move Item 4, adjournment. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll motion.
Motion by Alderman Rivera, second. Second by Alderman Hayes to adjourn at, the time is 5:46 PM. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.